Good evening, beautiful people of the great southern land and beautiful people of the world. Lucas here, broadcasting live from the Ark Sanctuary in Starry. I'll just wait for a couple of people to jump online before I get started. So, on the back of my last video, just wanted to say, look, there is going to be, I know there's a lot of confused people out there, a lot of people really not sure of what's going on. Put it in a nutshell, I guess the Australian government is a foreign corporation and the Australian citizens are part of that corporation. They are basically a bankrupt corporation, and what they are doing now is attempting to liquidate their corporation. And the people, the Australian citizens, are part of that corporation and part of the assets of that corporation, and thus they are attempting to liquidate those assets. So the rollout of the jab is a attempt at liquidation of the Australian citizen population. The evidence is overwhelming of the detrimental effects of the jabs, and the evidence of the G5 towers that they've put up. They are a military-grade weapon designed for military use, and they are being used as such at the moment. So the Australian government is waging war against the Australian citizens. The public officers that most people know as police officers are working for a foreign corporation, being the Australian government, which is a foreign corporation registered on the US stock exchange. It is not the proper Commonwealth of Australia under the Queen and under the monarch. And so all the people working for that foreign corporation, the police officers, which would be correctly called public officers or foreign public officers, as well as the military, are now working for and have an allegiance. If they're acting against the Australian people, they have an allegiance to the foreign corporation, which makes them a foreign military operating on this soil. And I've just seen a video now. They're starting to roll out the army against the people to assist with this rollout of the immunisation. Yes, it is cause for concern. Do not panic, but it is cause for concern. Everybody out there needs to be sharing information and speaking. If you're not speaking by now, it's, I'm not sure what you're doing, but you need to be speaking up and waking every single person up in your family, because they are coming for you. They are rolling this out, regardless of the law. Make no mistake, they're operating under the laws of war, okay? The laws of war on land. And the Australian citizens are the enemy of this foreign corporation, and they will be treated as such, okay? So at law, the Australian citizens need to rescind their Australian citizenship, and they need to return to the land, because the Australian citizenship is a foreign entity, a foreign vessel. So all those Australian citizens are basically classified as occupiers of this land. So I know it's a lot to take in, but this is where we're at. The government is not working for the people. It has not been working for the people for a long time. The police are not there to protect the people, okay? They are there to uphold the policies of the foreign corporation. Yep, the bankrupt foreign corporation. That's why they are collecting taxes by way of fines any way that they can. They are trying to extort as much out of the people as possible before they collapse. But we are seeing the end and the collapse of that foreign occupier. So look, it's going to go two ways, one of two ways. Either the people are going to rise up and stand together and unite, which they are going to have to do in order to survive this, or they're going to roll over and they're going to be forced to get this immunisation. They are in other countries rolling around with military, and they are force injecting people against their will, people who are screaming and running away. They're chasing them down, and they are literally force injecting these people, and that's where we're about to get into in this land. So I'm just going to show you a short clip. This was on 7 News. It just got sent to me. Saga says, what if you have dual citizenship? If you return your citizenship, can they tell you to leave the country? I rescinded my citizenship last year or the year before, and got off that ship because that is a foreign occupier. I am an inhabitant. I'm a born of this land. Yep. So I have more right to be here than them. So anyone who leaves that ship, who is a national of the land, who is a inhabitant of the land, born of the land, has more right to be here than that foreign occupier. Therefore, you know, that's why they're trying to get rid of so many people, because they want to retain power. This is a takeover attempt of the Commonwealth of Australia, and your politicians are bought and paid for well and truly by foreign interests. So I'm going to play this video. Christian Bitterwolf says, where does the military actually stand? Read their sworn oath to protect the citizens. Christian, I don't think that they have any idea about what they're doing. I don't think they pay much attention to their oaths. I think they're just going to follow orders and do what they're told. That's become apparent with, it's apparent with all the police officers that they don't even know what their oath is. They don't know what their own acts state. I literally had a police officer or a public officer in the witness box when I was cross-examining him, and I asked him how long he'd been a police officer. It was somewhere around 30 years, and I said, have you ever read the Victoria Police Act? And he said no. So the people in these positions have never even read their own acts and their governing acts that actually dictate what they must and must not do. So they've got no idea. They're just there to make money and follow orders. And speaking to other people who I used to work with, some of the attitude was, oh, well, I'll just re-enlist and, at least I'd be on the right side of the gun. That's the attitude of some people, literally. So be aware, this is not a drill, it's not a joke. If you're just becoming aware of things happening now, it's going to be a very fast and abrupt shock, but that's how it is, unfortunately. But as long as the people stand together and unite, remember the 8th of the 8th and the 9th of the 9th, whatever you're doing, whatever your plans are, those are the days to unite, even if it's individually doing your own thing, the 8th of the 8th, the 9th of the 9th, and the 10th of the 10th, because all around the land, if everyone does their own thing on that day, you are dispersing their forces, okay? And that's the best thing to do, is to stretch out their resources, yep, as much as you can. So I'm going to play this video.
Assisting with the rollout, I understand, not replacing medical teams already mobilised. What they'll do, though, whether they'll actually be administering the jab, that's still unclear. The government says it's not a reflection as to how the rollout is currently underway, that the Defence Force was always going to be mobilised. This has been the case across the globe. It was just a matter of when that happens. And Anne, we will have more details at 6 p.m.
Yes, so they are mobilising. Everything the government says is a lie. They've been lying to you for a long, long time. They are continuing to lie to you, and they will not stop lying. Do not believe anything you hear from the mainstream media. They are all paid liars, okay? They are an entertainment industry. That's all they are. That's all they get paid to do, is to entertain you and sell you lies, all right? So this is where we're at, and things are going to get a little bit shaky, maybe a little bit rocky. Yep, maybe time to put on your oxygen masks and brace. But don't fear, okay? Because the message I get is that it's time for humanity to be free. but humanity must stand up and walk through the door of fear. Okay, no one can do it for you. We can do it together, but no one can do it for you. You must stand up together. All right, you got to help each other. Yep, that's all. It's the only thing that's going to defeat this is unity of the people. All right, and that's how it's going to be. So I know this might sound a little bit far-fetched for people, but if you've been following me for the last few years, you'll realise I've been talking about all this stuff for the last few years, and now it's just coming to a head and fruition. So this is nothing new to me and to the people who have, and other people and people who have been watching my videos. This is just where we're at. So you have people like Malcolm Roberts coming out lying through his teeth on the media. That is all part of the propaganda campaign. He's a paid puppet, right? He's one of them. He's not here for you. He never was, right? None of them are. So don't put any faith in any politician, all right? They are not here for you. There is nothing they can do. The agenda is rolling ahead. The only thing that can stop this in its tracks is the people united. So the one thing that you must focus on is uniting the people, all right? Uniting the people. Yep. And we can stop this in its tracks. Okay? There's a lot more of you than there is of them. Divided, yep, you will fail. You will fall. Divided, if you just cower in your house and you wait for them to come, you will fail. All right? United, you stand together and you will not lose. Okay? There is, how many people in Australia now? There's probably about, I don't know, 15 million able-bodied people in this country, on this land, all right, compared to a few thousand of them. Do the math. Don't worry, you've got the numbers, but you must unite. It's time to come together, okay? And that's all, that's where we're at. So I'll just see if I go through a couple of these comments. Macadona says, I hear there's 40,000 UN in Darwin. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not sure. I've heard it from a few people. I haven't seen any evidence of that claim. It may be a fear tactic. It may be true. I don't know. Even if there is, there's still 15 million able-bodied people on this land. All right? They're not here to be your friend. They're not here for your health, okay? They're here for sinister reasons. Tanya says, what do we do? What can we do? What do you recommend? I recommend you get everyone who is slightly aware of what's going on and you start forming your groups. Yep. And you get out and you get information out as fast and as far as you can. Yep, you start screaming from the rooftops. If you need to be doing live videos, you start doing live videos while you still have that opportunity before they take down the internet. Okay? Start spreading information. The battle is for the mind. It always has been and always will be. That's why they continue with the psychological warfare. Yep. They no longer have the art of surprise. They do with a lot of, like some of the population is still very much asleep. Do not focus on them. Focus on those who are on the fence and those who are awakening, and get information to them as fast as you can. Okay? And start forming groups, physically connecting with each other. You must not stop paying attention to the rules. Yep. Stop worrying about all that nonsense. Oh, you can't go here, you can't go there. Live your life and do what you got to do. Don't worry about fines and all that stuff. This is well beyond courts. This is well beyond fines. By the time this is over, yep, there won't be any worry about courts. Yep. If any one of those fines get taken into a court after this is over, that court will be legitimate, or there will be no courts. All right, and everyone will be gone. So don't worry about fines. Don't worry about all that stuff. If you get stopped, if you're getting a fine, don't be aggressive, right? Just inform them. Just say, look, this is what's going on. I know you're just doing your job. Do what you got to do, and I'm going to move on. Yep. And that's it. Yep. And you deal with it later. But time is quickly running out. So for all those people who aren't speaking, who aren't doing anything, you've got to do it while you've still got a chance. Don't wait until there's no longer a chance and it's too late, okay? So, don't worry about the politicians. You know, a lot of people focus on the politicians and Dan Andrews and ScoMo and this and that. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about the acts they write. Don't worry about the bullshit that they put in. They've passed this through Parliament. They've done this. Parliament is corrupt. Parliament is not there for you. They are not your friend. Don't worry about any of that spelling. It's all spells there to cut. Spelling, literally, the writing they are putting on paper is spelling, literally put there to try and disable and control your mind. Because if they control your mind, they control your body. You must now take a stand, and ignore all that stuff, and stand together, okay? Everything they're writing up now, all the policies they're passing, look, people are sending me, oh, look, they passed this act and they passed that act and they've passed this act. It's all just background noise, okay? It's all, a piece of paper cannot hurt you, unless you let it, okay? Don't worry about the paper. Don't worry about it all says. Get your groups, unite, 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 all right? And, be prepared to leave the comforts of your home. Be prepared to leave where you are. Be prepared to, do what you've got to do, okay? So, don't really know what else to say. Macadonka says, I hear Vietnam is forcing people to get the jab. Look, there's that many countries around the world that are already forcing people to get this jab. It's not funny, okay? And it's countries all around the world. There's no place to go. There's nowhere you can go and hide, okay? You're going to have to make a stand. It literally is, and I know people don't want to hear, but it's a spiritual war. We are on the side of right. We are on the side of the light because we are on the side of truth. Truth is information. Information is light. We are on the side. We have creation on our side. They are on the side of darkness. Their time is over. That's why they are pushing so hard to gain control. This is a last-ditch effort, of the satanic order to gain control over the people, over the free people. And if they gain control, this is it, people. There's no more, oh yeah, but we can go to court and we can, no, there's no election, there's no voting. This is it, okay? Don't worry about elections coming up or whatever. Fuck the elections. They're all rigged. They're all bullshit. It's just a puppet show. This is the final countdown, okay? So, there is no option, okay? If they get it their way, they're going to remove 95% of the population and probably enslave the rest who aren't in the group, all right? That's the plan. You don't have an option to just wait and see how it goes. You don't have an option to, oh yeah, I'll be right. No, they are coming for you. You must unite and you must stand together and put an end to it. It's either that or that's it. All right? We can either go into freedom, into the future. We can work through this dark time. That's my flag there, right? This is what the flag represents. See this flag here? This is the one I'm going to get printed up. You see all this darkness? This is what is uniting the world. This is what is uniting black fella, white fella, yellow fella, red fella, mums, dads, men, women. The darkness that is all around the light is what is uniting us as one. Okay, it's the way it's got to be. And that's how it is. So, it's time to unite, stand up, and be prepared. Okay? So, again, I've got the ark here. If people are looking for places to come, I've got the ark here. That's what I've built it for. Like-minded people. And we'll see what happens. So, I don't know how much more time they've got. I'm not sure where they're rolling out the army there. It's probably in New South Wales. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter what state it is. It doesn't matter which state you're in. It doesn't matter what country you're in. Nowhere is immune. Nowhere. They may delay it in another state. for a month or two, maybe. But they will get there. So it is better if all the people unite as one, and put an end to this. Doesn't matter if you're a business owner and you think it's going to go back to normal and you're going to be serving chips and fish and whatever. Think again. It is never going back to normal until you people stand up, stand together and say no. You can all go and open your shops tomorrow. Don't worry about the fines. Don't worry about all that stuff. If everyone ignores this nonsense, we can go back to normal. But they're rolling out the army. So it is going to get interesting. That's what they want. They want chaos so they can bring in the order out of the chaos. It's either going to be their system of order or the free people's system of order. The choice is yours. So I'm going to keep this video as short as possible. Thank you for sharing. Much love from me and Star at the Ark. I'm sure you're going to be hearing from me soon. Stay strong. You are so powerful. You don't know how powerful you are until you are pushed to your limits and beyond your limits. Believe me, I know. I've been there in more times than one. And I am amazed at how far my body can go. When I think that I can't go anymore, my body will keep going and keep going and keep going. And you're all the same, okay? I'm no different to any of you. You're all men, you're all women, you're all extremely powerful human beings. It's time to use your voice, dig deep inside, find that courage, pull it out, put it on the front of your tongue, wherever it's got to go, and start using it, all right? I know it's in you, I see it, I know it. And that's it. I love you all. We'll talk soon. Many blessings from me and Star. Oh, and if anything does happen, and whatever, don't worry. Don't buy into the fear. Do not be in fear. Okay? Fear is debilitating. Stay out of fear. You are powerful beings. You are spiritual beings. You are spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay? So it doesn't matter if you transition when you're 10 years old, 100 years old, whatever. Right? It's all the blink of an eye in the big scheme of things. You are all spiritual beings having a human experience. What you make of it is up to you. Stand together. Come together. If you're going to organise more days, the 8th of the 8th, the 9th of the 9th, they're just a couple of days, right? Organise your own groups, organise your own dates, get people together as soon as possible, as much as possible, every day if it has to be. If you've got to go and make a stand in the park every single day, then do it. Do whatever you've got to do, whatever you feel you've got to do. Follow your intuition. No one can tell you what to do in this time. Follow your intuition, all right? Your instinct, your God-given navigation system. And the gods favour the brave. Be brave. It's in you. All right, much love from me and Star at the Ark. Talk soon.